Hey, this is Matt once again. What about the end of the video? This is another paid request, this time from Guillermo. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a film called The Passenger, which some say 2021, others say 2022. It's a Spanish horror comedy, a little bit of sci-fi. It isn't foreign. Watching subtitles. Stars a guy named Ramiro Blas, who's like a former bullfighter. He's a macho guy who, after his time, is now like a van driver, kind of like Uber type of thing. So in one job he has three passengers, this lady and then this mother-daughter. And a chunk of it is trying to be build up where they're getting to know each other. And I don't mind the lead guy, Ramiro. I thought he did a pretty decent job. Like, he's macho, gusto, but he's not too far ahead that he becomes unlikable. He has a nice charm to him. And I definitely think he's the best part of the movie. The daughter character, didn't mind her, and you tell that's almost like trying to be a father-daughter build up between these two as the movie commences. The other two, pretty forgettable. One year in, one year out the other. I would say this: the movie's really good on a technical level, meaning that the director tried to be impressive. Where there's some nice aerial shots, where it's panning over the van, split diopters. Where it's like if you have a person here, like if I'm here, yeah, there might be a poster there. Let's say I'm here and a person's here, but it's able to focus on both. There's some shots like that. There's some shots where the director shoots at an angle. There's a shot where the moon looks as big as can be, and a van's driving like by it. But Try has some pretty decent technical aspects to it, as well as some decent makeup effects. There's a creature effect that's pretty good. They definitely have a lot of that gooey stuff. Gooey KY jelly looking substance. And pretty much one thing leads to another, they accidentally hit someone in the middle of the road. They pass by this thing that you get the idea was a crashed UFO. And you find out this passenger, this woman, is infected with this alien. And it kind of plays off as The Hidden, where through the mouth, creature will go from one to the other. And the rest of the film kind of takes place around this van where one person gets taken, then the other person gets taken. Well, one person gets taken, then the other three escape, then they escape into the woods, they bumblefuck around the woods, then another person gets taken, then they get back in the van, then they head off, they find some little dinky town. It's one of those films that was very meh, and I wasn't really a fan of it. I don't know if it'd be a rant, but I wasn't a fan of the film. Like I said, when it shows this little creature, looks like a little penis thing creature, not bad makeup effects. I said Ramiro, he's capable as the lead. Grew to like his character. It's definitely a comedy edge to it, which may not be everyone's cup of tea. Sometimes the comedy was a bit much. I mean, there's a bit in the end where one of the people possessed. He does this thing like a bullfighter, like come and get me. I thought it was a bit much. If I go into full spoilers, there's not a whole lot to this. I mean, they picked up the passenger, the stranger, the lady trying to save her. She gets possessed. They realize shit's going on. Three of them escape the van, one around the woods. The mom tries to save the daughter. She gets taken over. Guy and girl get in the van. They drive off. They get to a place. The girl watches the possessed person rip someone's head off, but from very, very far away. Just this thing will take over women, but will rip heads off men. And it doesn't have too much head ripping. Which, hell, I mean, you want to watch that? There's a film called The Borrower that from with Ray Don Chon back in the day. One thing leads to another. They get back in the van. The van crashes. The guy does Olay. The girl stabs the possessed through the head and mouth. They go to a bar. They think everything's alright. People are dead there. The girl's now been possessed. The guy sees all these possessed people. He turns to the camera, has a drink, and then the movie's over. So I'm like, wow, has a good lead, decent kid, solid technical aspects, but the story's very meh. The scares and suspense are non-existent, and the ending was really fucking lame. It ends, and it's I guess you're going to assume he died? Because it was that tough to fight one, now there's 5, 6 of them. And then all this trying to save the girl, and it didn't matter because she got possessed and killed anyway. It just feels like it cuts off, and then it plays this music as if a comedy is ending. And I didn't really find the movie that funny either. For a comedy, I didn't really find the film that funny. For a creature, there's some decent face makeup effects. But I don't know, it just kind of looks like a zombie type of thing. I mean, when the little creature you see, there's some decent gooey effects. There's little bits of gore here and there, but it's not as crazy as some reviewers made it out to be. I thought it was just a very mediocre, forgettable, in one ear out the other story. Like I said, I think it took. Like I said, it's almost like more of a tech demo reel. This is what I can do as a director. This is what I can do with camera angles and diopter splits and all that stuff. Okay, the story isn't much. It's not much action. There's not much gore. There's not much creature. There's little bits of creature. Nice that it's practical and not CG. But, very meh. Forgettable. I would never see it again. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the film. I did appreciate some of the way the film looked. That and the lead guy deserved a better movie. If he had a Feast, Tremors, that type of fun creature feature flick, or even The Hidden. You just don't watch The Hidden if you want to see people getting possessed one after the other. The Hidden is a classic. This didn't do much for me. And the ending pretty much clinched it for that. So I'm sorry, Guillermo. I don't really have much to say. There's not much to say about the movie. There's not really any depth to go into with the characters. There's not a lot of crazy death scenes. There's not a big body count. You get a little bit at the very beginning, but you don't really see a whole lot. I did have a head ripped off, but it's from very, very far away. You see a couple aftermath in the bar at the end of the film, where the lead guy's drinking, and the camera pans, and you see a headless body behind the bar. It just didn't do much for me. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.